after the game, it's fire McDaniels, Derek Carr sucks. Why do we sign Waller? Where's Devontae at? Like,
all right, welcome back to the Harper's Podcast, episode 50. Your boy Austin's
50?
50.
You didn't say that before. You didn't say that on the first take.
My bad, yeah.
That we did. That we messed up where I didn't press record.
You do have to mention it at first.
I didn't, bro, but I did. Listen, it's B. Jones. Your boy's back.
Brandon's back. Noah's not here, but we're going to keep it going for you guys.
Yep.
Let's get right into it before the tears start coming. Bro, let's talk about
the
Raiders.
The Band-Aid off, bro.
Let's talk about the Raiders, their tragic loss to the Cardinals on Sunday, blowing that 20-point lead. Oh, man. It's almost vomited like saying it.
Doesn't it hurt?
Yeah, it does hurt. Worst blown lead in franchise history.
Yeah.
What do you think went wrong? Is it time to fire Josh McDaniels like people are demanding on Twitter?
Listen, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it.
Yeah.
This is for Raider Nation. This clip will be not on freezing cold takes. This will not be on freezing cold takes. This is going to be on the hot takes that came true by B. Jones.
There you go.
Raider Nation. RELAX. Relax. Let my boys in the silver and black breathe for a minute. Let them cook.
Exactly.
I mean, look, if we look back at it's so funny because I go on Twitter during the game and I'll go on after the game, obviously. And during the first half, people are like, oh, Josh McDaniels is back. This team's going to the Super Bowl. Derek Carr MVP. Let's cook Darren Waller. And then after the game, it's fire McDaniels, Derek Carr sucks. Why do we sign Waller? Where's Devontae at? Like,
exactly.
Can y'all relax?
I even saw wild ones that's like cut Hunter. I'm like, you guys loved Hunter like a week ago. Hunter was a favorite.
This is the problem, bro. This is the problem. Raider Nation, if I'm gonna call out some faults now. I'm gonna call out some faults in Raider Nation. Y'all gotta relax. You overreact to every little thing that happens. Just let the boys cook. They're a great team. They have all the talent in the world. They have the great coaching. Coaches won the Super Bowl, 6 times?
Yeah.
The talent is through the roof. Let the boys eat.
I get where the stress is coming from because they've been through so much. I get it. It's like busy. They start to get in that thing where it's like that toxic ex-girlfriend where it's like, it's coming back. It's happening again.
Do you think they have not like PTSD, but like flashbacks for
I think so, for sure.
They feel like the bad days of Raider Nation are coming back.
Yeah, you start to be like, oh man, please. There's always that meme that goes around where it's like, get your hopes up and then it's like things going well and then it's like a cycle, it repeats.
Right. No, I get that. I get that.
I do think it's way too early to fire McDaniels. It's even though his past experience, people are still skeptical about that. And then coming into here, 0-2 feels really gross and feels really bad. It's not the end of the world, though, yet. I don't think we should panic, at least until the bye week.
The McDaniels thing blows my mind, bro. How are people going to, it'd be like you starting a job, and then 2 weeks into the job, they're like, you know what? We're going to fire you.
Yeah, can I breathe for a second?
Let the man cook for a second. He has a whole new roster he's dealing with, new players. He has a new staff around him. Yeah. Let the man cook, get some cohesion. I mean, Raider Nation, if you want to look back 10 years, it wasn't a very good situation, so just... let's relax. We're not going back to that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going back. It is hard, but they've all the Raiders got so much on their plate. They got the best wide receiver in the league now. They have all these different moving pieces and stuff. For some reason, that's what I'm most worried about. For some reason, isn't what's going on. It's if Devontae's upset.
Listen, bro, man.
I'm like, oh man, but he had a touchdown, but still 2 catches for Devontae that can't happen.
Right. I didn't look up his Green Bay stats at all. Did he ever have a game with 2 catches or was he ever just shut out from a game? I don't know. I didn't look. But if you look at the game last night, the man is getting double coverage the whole night. They said they went in the game and said Devontae Adams will not beat us.
Yeah.
He's still going to beat you. He's still got a touchdown, 2 catches, whatever. But that opens the door for Hunter. That opens the door for Darren. And Josh Jacobs ran out of his mind last night.
Exactly. As the first half was going on, I was like, "This is a great team." You can see the Patriots in it. You know what I'm saying? You can see the slow, methodical moving downfield, which is it's kind of I messed up because in the first half I said this is a boring game. I told Noah that. I was like, this game is pretty boring. We're just slowly going to the field, we're scoring, and then we're stopping, and we're going down the field and scoring. I probably jinxed us saying it was boring.
So pretty much it's your fault. Don't ever say that again.
It's probably my fault, but I get where people are upset because we like to see Derek throwing the ball downfield, which is what he's great at.
Right.
But it is, I don't know. It's just interesting to me with how well it was going the first half, and then you decide to not keep it going because I was like, oh, it's blowout time.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep
40 points, it's over.
Put your foot on the gas, let's go. And then we slow down and they're starting to creep back up. I'm like, yo, we might need to ramp it up again. And by the time we do, it's already too late.
I think it's hard though, because so the first half we're doing lighter boxes. They're focusing coverage on Devontae.
Yeah.
And then the second half, you're going to get a heavier box because they know they're going to run the Raiders and try to run the clock out, run the ball. And you're still getting good yardage with Josh, but then you're getting to like a 3rd and 5, a third and, or like even in the first half, right? Like there was multiple 3rd and 11s. I think on the first drive, Derek had like a 3rd and 11 and he converted to Mac Hollins. Yeah. And it's like, you got it in the first half, but it's hard. It's a hard way to live like that in the NFL.
For sure.
So then you get to the second half and you're getting in those same situations. Or maybe you have a 3rd and 5, but it's just so hard to move the ball an inch in the NFL, honestly. And if they're going to load the box on you, you have to throw the ball. But when you're up 20-0, it's like, man, like we can just run some clock out. Exactly. Hopefully Josh will get a first down. If not, punt it away. Defense is playing great. The only time I saw the defense, so it was the fourth quarter. There's like 8 minutes left. I think it was like 20-7. We punted the ball away, and that's when the defense was like starting to get like tired, kind of getting shredded a little bit. And I was like, like, okay, the offensive scheme might have to change now because the situation
has to come onto the field so much.
Right, they're on there a lot, and it's hard. And in the first half, they were not on the field a lot, right? No, the Raiders were taking it to the Cardinals, and their defense was on the field a lot. So I don't know, man. I think it was a great lesson to learn now. Like, if they're going to learn a lesson, you'd rather be week 2 than in week 18 or whatever, right? When it really matters. But I think, in the NFL, it's so hard to get points that if you can score at will, you got to keep the gas on the pedal. Like, you got to just throw that thing up.
Yeah, you got especially, it's hard because Derek Carr has this massive arm, so active. They have Devontae. Everyone's like, why are we not just bombs away? But it's like, the scheme's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
And you really... I don't want to say you can't do that in the NFL because there's guys like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to make a living like that in the NFL. Like, you have to be methodical. These are the best players in the world at what they do. Like, you're not just going to throw the ball 80 yards every play and score a touchdown. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
The wild part is also, in my head, I was like, oh, the offensive line's playing better. But then at the end of the game, like, Derek still got hit like 6 times.
They're serviceable. They did good, bro. Like, it's... Especially when you're shuffling around, you have like Dylan Parham played center for the first time. Like that's impressive, dude. That's not easy. This man came in as a guard, has worked tackle in college, playing center now. It's like he's making calls for the line. Yeah, Derek's probably helping him, but like that's not easy to do, man. Like the line played great. I thought they played really well. They opened up great holes for Josh, as you can see. He is running out of his mind.
Oh yeah,
he is running out of his mind.
He wants that paycheck. He's cheesing.
You have to. Like, as a running back, it's so hard to get paid that if you're not a top 2 or 3 back in the NFL, teams would probably just let you walk away.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like some of the like good things during that game, right? You said Josh Jacobs was great. Nate Hobbs looks insane still. Nate Hobbs is the GOAT.
Is Nate Hobbs the best corner in the NFL?
I don't know, but
I've never... Listen, this man can play in the slot.
Yeah.
Ramsey's getting cooked in the slot, bro. He's getting cooked in the slot. Nate Hobbs can play in the slot. He can play outside. He's going to tackle, set the edge.
Yeah.
The man does everything. Yeah. The man literally does everything. He was a 5th round draft pick. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like what happened? You know?
And then when he had his pick, I was like, oh, he's sick. And there was like holding on him. I was like, makes a little more sense.
Right. Seriously.
I was like, the man that got picked was the one that did the holding. And then Meek with his pick also.
Bro, yes.
I was like, this is going well.
This is like, it was one of the best first halves that they could have put together.
How tall is a Meek for him to jump up that high? Isn't the man like 5'?
He's got to be like 5'9". Yeah, 5'9".
He's short, and that man had his jumper.
He got up. He got it. If he didn't, it might have been bad news.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so again, like real quick before we move on, I don't think it's time to fire McDaniels.
No way.
I don't like Hunter's gonna be fine, like perfect too. It's just some things that happen. Like, I hope Hunter's okay also. If he's injured, I hope he's fine.
Right.
Like, they're saying they're checking in for concussion and stuff.
Right.
Which is like, hey, man, if I get hit that hard, I'm probably going to drop the ball too. Like,
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I think it's coming out, and if I'm in Hunter's situation, I'm probably deceased. Like, I'm probably dead.
Anybody listening to this right now, minus Derrick Henry, is going to be deceased on contact.
I think I'd be dead after that.
Like, these are grown men.
Yeah.
And people are like you said, hate on Hunter, like, oh, like, cut Hunter Renfrow. First of all, no one would ever do that. They just signed him to an extension. Exactly. But the man he's the best slot in the NFL. Mm-hmm. He had one play in one game where he did not perform to his standard.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens.
Watch what this man does the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch how Derek comes out. Watch how Devontae. Watch Waller, Hunter, Josh J. Like, relax.
They're playing the Titans next week. It's going to be a good game.
That's a big game in Nashville, right?
Yeah, in Nashville.
That's a tough one.
It's going to be tough, but I feel like we're going to see some good things happen.
Yeah, I think they had a bad first half against the Chargers. A good second half. They had a good first half against the Cardinals.
Yeah,
a bad second half.
So now it has to be good both.
Now they just put together.
And then we have a game where it's bad both.
No. No. Then we just run with it the whole season. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And then we're good. We're in the Super Bowl.
And also talking with like the boys and stuff, they're not really that stressed over there in good old Raiders.
You can't be, bro. You played the Chargers, one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Cardinals, they got cooked the first week, but they're a good football team.
They're a really good team.
Buda Baker in the back end is one of the best safeties in the NFL. You have Murphy the corner. Yep. He's solid. Like, this is a great team. Isaiah Simmons, Xavier Collins. Like,
exactly.
This is a good football team. Any team in the NFL is honestly pretty good.
Yeah.
And can win any Sunday.
Actually, before we move on real quick from the Raiders, one last thing. Do you want to talk about at all, like, what was going through the Raiders' mind, or what was the thing with, like, because people were mad on Twitter, like, why aren't we spying Kyler and all that stuff when he had, like, 20 seconds in the backfield? Do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, looking back, hindsight's 20/20, right? Like, they brought pressure on Kyler in the beginning of the game. They probably could have done that and flushed him some more, but, like, you want to make sure these receivers are plastered in coverage. Yeah. I get that. It's a defensive coordinator's job, bro. Like, he gets paid the big bucks to make decisions like that, and that's tough, though. Like, you'd say spy Kyler, but no one really spies in the NFL. Like, that's like a Madden. Like, they do a Madden, but not like you never really see an NFL team truly spy a quarterback, I feel like. I think sending pressure at him is obviously the best way to get him off his mark. But with that, imagine they send pressure, someone busts a coverage, and it's a touchdown. It's like, why do you bring pressure, right? Like, why do you not just drop back? And
it'd be a pain either way.
Right. The Monday morning quarterbacks, as they say, or whatever, are always going to be right.
Yeah. So totally agree. All right, now let's move on to something a little more happy.
The Giants are 2-0.
The Giants are 2-0. That I was going to say, my bad, being a Giants fan. I think somebody has cursed the Raiders in order for the Giants to win.
The Giants to win. Can we reverse? How do we reverse that? What do we have? Do I have to sacrifice you?
I think I have to die.
Let's go.
But the Giants, the Giants are my favorite football team. As I lived in New York, it's where my dad played.
Yeah.
Besides the Raiders, I love the Raiders also, but. It's wild, man, because I love Danny so much.
Right? Don't you just want him to do so good?
I'm always just rooting for that poor man.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Saquon had an insane game week one.
Oh, how was yesterday? How did he do yesterday?
Yesterday, it wasn't anywhere near as insane as week one, but it's probably because you have that pop-off game. Teams are going to be like, hold on a second.
Yeah, Saquon's back. Yeah. Everybody load the box.
Yeah, let's all breathe. Yeah.
So did Danny Dimes, was he just ripping dimes on him all day or what?
He was doing better than usual, but it was one of those like boring games where it was like 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. And like
very mid, just a very mid.
It was a mid off, as some people say.
A mid off.
But I mean, I'm happy, man. Like, Giants doing good. Now I just need the Raiders to do good.
Once they do that, then we're good.
Then we're good. Don't you wish the Raiders could be dropped in place in the NFC East?
So that's my real question here. Is okay. So we have NFC East, Giants.
Yeah.
Not football team. Commanders. Who else?
Cowboys, Eagles.
Eagles. Where did the Cowboys come in? From the East, bro. Like, you had a whole plethora of East Coast teams to choose from.
And then the Cowboys go, boop.
Yeah, and he chose the Cowboys. In the weakest division of football?
Yeah. No, sure, bro. Like, even being a Giants fan, I know it's got to be the worst division.
It's 100% the weakest division of football.
Like, even, it's worse than the AFC South with, like, Titans, Colts, Texans, and...
Right.
Why am I blanking the other one? Titans, Colts, Texans. Who's the fourth? Titans, Colts.
Freak, bro. Why am I blanking?
Titans,
Colts,
Jags. There we go.
They are. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
You made me blank. I was like,
I don't know, man. I was
tripping.
Jags too, and Trevor Lawrence had a great game yesterday.
Right. Yes. Are they? They're not 2-0. They lost the first one.
They lost the first one.
Yeah.
But still, like, totally, like, I feel like if the Raiders were placed in the NFC East, we'd be living so good as Raider fans, dude.
I agree. I agree.
Be having the time.
But instead, we have Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and their plethora of weapons.
Dude, even like being related to Derek and being like friends with all the Raiders, like, you always want to be like, they're not, the Chargers aren't that good, and I see them like, these guys are.
How about Khalil Mack off the edge, Joey Bosa, Derwin James? I'm like, hey, they're all right, bro. They're all right.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, Herbert sucks. I'm like, that was great.
Did you see the ball last week? Yeah. The one like everyone talked about where he threw it over the two defenders, bro. I'm like, this man, he's got it.
I'm like, he's got it right now.
Yes.
But also, going back to AFC West for no reason again, Broncos, everyone's like, Russell Wilson's going to be the greatest
Listen, in the division. Man.
These boys were fighting for their life against the Texans yesterday.
So, I need to give me a recap of this game, bro. Like, what did you see from Russ?
Like, it just looked not like the Russ everybody expected to be in Denver.
Right.
It was supposed to be like he was going to come and change the whole culture, right? Take them back to those like Super Bowl standards of like Peyton and stuff like that. But it just looks so weird. I get it could be he's just getting used to it again, right? It's a whole new coach, everything, a whole new system. And especially when you do something like this, when you trade for a massive player like that and you give up so much,
right?
A lot of time you're giving up stuff that was letting you win and letting you do that good. So
and their O-line last year was garbage, right? Like they were trash.
Exactly.
And so now Russ goes from a trash O-line in Seattle to a trash O-line in Denver. And the same result, like, are we surprised?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun, interesting to see what's happening in the future. But for now, it's like I love Russ, right? It's funny to make fun of.
Right.
He seems like probably a good guy, but still, like it's rough for two of the boys in the AFC West right now.
There's no doubt. The best thing about it though is the let Russ cook memes from yesterday. I saw some nasty things, bro.
Of food you've ever seen.
The worst collection of food.
Cereal,
just bad, bro. Undercooked chicken, just nasty.
Yeah,
just not good. Just not good. Not good. I can't talk about Russ anymore. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man.
It hurts.
Let's talk about Tua throwing for 469 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Do you want to know something controversial? So fantasy. I'm playing against Tyreek Hill. He had 7 points in going into the fourth quarter, I think. And I said, "Let's go." I blinked, bro. He has 36 points. I said, "What is life? What is life?" Bro, Tua looked great yesterday.
Exactly.
Tua looked good.
They all looked really good. Jalen Waddle, 11 catches, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek, 11 catches, 190, 2 touchdowns.
That's a good stat line.
That's what you wanted out of the fastest team in the league, right? That's what you expect. I do see some people still saying let's not overpraise Tua yet. There's a lot of blown coverage and stuff still. You can't take away the man's 469, right?
Bro, it is the National Football League.
6 touchdowns?
It does not matter. I don't care who you're playing against. In the National Football League, if you throw for 6 touchdowns, almost 500 yards, you're a guy, bro.
Exactly.
Tua's a guy. Hall of Fame him.
That's why I don't like it when it's but you were playing bums. I'm like, dude, it's the NFL.
What do you mean
if
bums?
we're winning, we're winning.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No one's going to say at the end of the year, well, that win came from this team.
Right.
It's it doesn't matter when we're in the playoffs.
It's a win. A win is a win.
And I think, Tua looked, there's some controversial throws, but that's, it happens all the time.
Happens every quarterback.
Yeah, every quarterback. But Tua looked like he was, great, and he was actually having fun out there.
Right. It's having McDaniel there. That man is a genius. What he's doing with Tua, getting him out of the pocket. I feel like Tua was like a coddled little baby before. Yeah. He never had the opportunities. His coaches weren't for him. And now seeing him begin to flourish. And it helps that number 10 is over there running by everybody. And Waddle and Gesicki and Raheem Mostert and everybody else that they have.
Literally the fastest team in the league.
Quite literally the fastest team in the league. And with a great play caller like that. And last week, they went for it on 4th and 8 in their own side of the field. I'm like, this is a team you got to watch out for.
These guys don't care.
They might not make it this year. Yeah. Because I feel like they're going to have some fatal flaw that makes them just, the season's going to just derail. Yeah. But the way they're looking now, they're looking real.
They're looking electric, dude.
Electric.
And they played against Lamar. That was the Dolphins. I don't know if you had to watch. The Dolphins-Raven game was insane.
Bro, Lamar was up. They were up 28-7 or whatever.
It wasn't like Lamar was playing bad. It was Lamar was having a great game.
No, he threw Rashad Bateman, an 80-yard touchdown. My fantasy team was cheesing, bro. Cheesing. I'm like, okay, this game is put away. And I looked back. I saw Alec Ingold do a quarterback sneak on a 4th down. I said, okay, hold on. The Dolphins are like that.
He said, hold on now.
Hold on. And then, bro, just methodically, Tua threw a slant, I think, to Tyreek, and he takes it to the house. And Waddle does the same thing. I'm like, oh, no. Yeah. Gesicki, the gritty by Gesicki. Did we talk about that?
Oh, yeah.
What do you call that, bro?
Oh, please. They say it's it made a lot of, middle-aged dads happy that day.
How many middle-aged dads were at the barbecue yesterday?
Yeah. I saw that he tweeted. He was like, I thought it looked good in the mirror. I'm going to have to go back to the workshop.
Listen, Mike. It did not look good in the mirror. There's no way that looked good in the mirror. I'm just letting you know.
I think it was because it was so fast and aggressive.
It was almost and very robotic. When you got to have some flow, Mike was just have some swag, Mike.
Exactly.
Have some drip.
The cleanest celebrations I saw. Waddle is the best.
That's the best one in the NFL. That is the Timmy Trumpet of the National Football League. Is Jalen Waddle's Waddle.
And before things went bad, Devontae doing the Jordan. I was like, that's sick.
Did you see how high he got up?
Did you see the ref looking for the flag? Because if he actually dunks it, it's a flag. So he was
he was like a snitch, bro. I'm a snitch. I'm a snitch.
Ready to ruin someone's day for no reason.
I actually saw a picture of Devontae as he did that, and he was like, it looked like his head was over the goalpost,
dude,
bro.
It's insane.
A freak athlete.
Love that celebration in the waddle, like you said. It's so good. The waddle's so funny. It was anyone hit the waddle,
right? But he does it so clean.
And all the people in the stands just go like,
yes. How about the? Do you see the Packers celebration?
Oh, with the team one?
Yeah, Huska, whatever, bro. They all took it. That might have been the one for me.
That one was good too.
It's the Huska, whatever celebration. Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams. Yeah, that's my three.
Do you have a favorite celebration you can think of from like any past players? But still, the one that sticks with me is Victor Cruz's. The
salsa.
Yeah, the salsa is the greatest,
bro. When Victor Cruz did the salsa, it was like just mind-boggling. I'm like, this man, he really hit that.
No, and I didn't care that it was every time. It's the biggest smile on my face every time.
Right. I think the one for me is definitely LaDainian Tomlinson when he would go in the end zone, bro. And he would do a little ball flip. That I was like an 8-year-old kid, bro. I'd be so juiced.
Yeah, that one's good. Oh, what other ones can I think of?
Celebration wise,
that one's good. Do you remember? There's some that still stick in my head, like Antonio Brown twerking in the end
zone.
That
was or when he jumped on the grabbed the Other than I don't remember any like big time. Maybe I should have hit in the head too much, but I just don't remember any celebrations. But I definitely remember the LaDainian Thompson.
Did you have a signature dance or no?
No, bro, negative.
Bro, I was sending everybody, like all the boys, the picture of me. Noah, I'll put it right here. The picture of me hitting the touchdown in high school. And I said, this like the corner's like falling off. And I was like, the corner's lucky the gritty was invented in 2015.
What's the one dance you'd hit if you could hit? Bro, if it was no penalty, your coaches can't get mad. You score that touchdown. What are you doing to that man,
dude? If the gritty was invented in 2016, I would have hit it on that kid's head.
like Gesicki, bro, how fast?
No, for sure. But I'd panic hit Gesicki.
Maybe going back to that. Maybe that's what he did. He just panicked.
He might have just panicked, but he's probably so excited.
He's probably that honestly is what I take my words back, Mike. That is what it looked like. You just got too excited.
Yeah, he got too excited.
Way too excited.
Did you have one that you already did or no?
No, honestly, I was just like, here's
Aaron Rodgers' belt was also clean.
The belt's a clean one. Yeah. Cam Newton was doing it. Superman, and then he hit the dab.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when he hit the dab on the guy and he got mad? That might be it. Cam Newton's dab might have been the one.
It's because if your celebration is so specific that they put it in Madden, then you know you did it. Like Cam Newton, still to this day, when you do an audible, he'll hit the Yeah, so that's when you know. And they just added the gritty. So.
That might be actually my favorite. When Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase hits a gritty, that's pretty clean.
No, it's very clean. Yeah.
What was David Carr's celebration? It was probably so trash.
Oh yeah,
it was garbage.
It was probably like, I can't believe I survived.
Right. Can we get a fit check for David Carr? No, I need you to put a picture up of David Carr, and we're gonna rate this fit.
Bro, we watched a David Carr highlight videotape. I was in tears. I was like, this dude was fighting for his life, bro.
But he was absolutely ripping him down the field.
Bro, if he got a good team, it would have been over.
David Carr, Hall of Famer.
Bro,
he has a good O-line.
He like, you don't just get taken number one just because, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he got placed in probably the worst position ever.
Have you ever caught, you probably have, like just caught with him, like where he actually throws it?
Bro, I stopped when I was like 14. I was like, this hurts too much, bro.
This man made me cuss, bro. I'm like, you got to stop. I'm not doing this.
I can't do anymore. I don't know if we can say it, but I remember the story. I probably can say he told the story before, but he was throwing with, I think it was one of his trainers in Fresno. Have you heard this story?
No. Oh, gosh.
He was throwing with his trainers in Fresno. I think it was like his trainer's like brother, trainer's nephew was at practice, and they're throwing, and the guy caught the ball, and it split his hand.
Yes, I did hear about that.
All the way down to the middle of his palm.
Wait, so his hand just down the middle?
Like the ball got stuck in between these two fingers.
Bro, I'd throw up, dude. I would throw up.
What do you do if you look at that and it just goes,
the Texan saw that and said, first pitch.
The Texan said,
and here we go. Bring me my money.
Yeah, exactly.
Controversial. My fault, bro.
I'm glad you don't got the dogs out. Noah has his dogs out a lot out here.
What did you say?
Noah's got his dogs out a lot on the podcast.
That's disgusting, dude.
I have him out right now, no cap.
Bro,
but hold on. I'm keeping him away from you. Noah puts him in the middle and tries to grab me.
During the podcast? Yeah. That's fighting words, bro. Honestly, though, there's nothing like freeing the toes. Like, if you just walk around barefoot.
Yeah, it feels good.
Bro, it feels so good.
There's those, like, TikToks where they come up to you like, would you go barefoot? I was like, probably not.
Probably not.
Like, concrete is so dirty, bro.
It's when you feel it on the bottom of your feet. But yeah, sorry. Anyway, we're off track.
It's so gross. Alrighty. Talking about a little bit with Daniels coming over to the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the 49ers and their tragic
loss.
Oh,
my goodness.
Another team that feels cursed, but their curse is to always have Jimmy G as their starting quarterback. Not to make fun of Trey. It's like, I had, like, for a little bit when I saw it, I was like, please let it just be, like at least just a dislocated ankle. Because maybe that'll still be a while, but he can come back. But then hearing what it was, like, oh, man.
Ligament damage. Like, you never want to see that. Like,
no, you never want to see that.
People are like, making fun of him for being at the strip club and stuff. And obviously, like, you don't do that as an NFL quarterback. But if someone said you can't spell a strip club without IR, I said, come on, man. Come on, man.
Now's not the time.
What are you doing? Let the man recover, bro.
So but maybe they're cursed also. We got Trey at the strip club and Jimmy with the porn star.
Right. It's like, who are you allowing to lead your organization? You know what I mean? Like, but do you remember when Jimmy did that and they, like, the 49ers, like, called him out?
Yeah.
Like, we expect more from our, like, franchise quarterback. I'm like, dang, what are they going to do to Trey? But it's actually... Now, spooky times for Trey Lance because it's been noted Kyle Shanahan did not want Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Now he's going to get Jimmy back in. Lynch can't say anything. The organization can't say anything because Trey Lance is out. He's done.
There's
for the
no
season.
option for him to come back in.
Right. So now, does Jimmy cook? And do they trade away Trey Lance?
Dude, that would be like so what? Because it feels like I know people are really comparing it to like RG3 and stuff, which would be awful, right? If Trey is hurt and then he's like never really the same. Because it's not even like he's never really the same as we haven't even got to see it yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've got his one game this season where he played full time. It was like the wrath of God was coming down on Chicago.
Right.
Like, those conditions were insane. So we can't judge Trey based off that. And then now he's hurt. We're going to have to wait a whole new season for him to play.
Bro, so they gave up 3 first-round picks to trade up for Trey Lance?
For Trey, yeah.
Those first-round picks. Micah Parsons. Cole Strange this year. And who's whatever. And then they have another first-round pick for the 49ers next year. So we'll see who that one is.
Well, they traded Dallas. So it was Dallas's pick they came up to get?
I don't know how. I think so. Yeah. Well, no, Cole Strange is the Patriots.
Okay.
So I don't know how they must have traded to somebody, but Micah Parsons, bro, like that's not a good look. It's also not a good look when Justin Herbert is balling and Tua was not. Yeah. But then Tua balled this week. So I mean, I think we can look back in 5 years and say, was the Trey Lance pick worth it? I'm gonna go on and say no.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
3 first-round picks for an unproven NFL player is never a good idea.
It's hard for me because I'm like, it's going to be different every team when they decide a quarterback's ready or not to play.
Right.
But if they go the first full season, and it's always this like, they want Jimmy to start. It's like you can tell they didn't really want, like some of these guys did not want Trey Lance.
It was like if you really want Trey to be your guy, you would cut Jimmy. You would get him out. It doesn't matter the money you take. But somebody in there knew, and I think I think it's Shanahan. I think he likes Jimmy a lot more.
Restructuring Jimmy's contract so he could stay specifically.
Right. And he's making $350K if they win per game, right?
$350 if they win, $250 replace 25% of the snaps. Like it was very like Jimmy stay around.
Right. So never mind. I'm not going to say it, bro. But is Shanahan happy right now?
It feels like he doesn't like Trey.
I think I'm going to go on a hot take and say people are more afraid of the 49ers now than they were with Trey Lance as their quarterback.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
But now they have Jimmy, who's been to a Super Bowl one, right? I think he's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Been to NFC championships with the 49ers.
And this isn't saying that I think Jimmy G is like a top 15 quarterback either. I'm just saying like
no, I agree.
So far has proved that he's better than Trey with the limited we've got of Trey.
Right, exactly.
And Shanahan looks like he likes him better anyways.
There's something going on. Jimmy knows something about
Jimmy might have like some blackmail.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like you don't keep a guy like that around.
Jimmy might have something on it.
That's weird, bro. It's a weird situation.
Yeah. So what do you think? So Trey, he started like 3 games last season, something like that.
I think so, yeah.
And then he started 1 game in, like I said, Wrath of God's coming down.
That was
hurt,
miserable, yeah.
Out this whole season. How much more like wiggle room do you give him? Like, do you give like next season? Do you try to start him again?
If I'm the 49ers,
Jimmy's contract's over after this year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think so. If I'm the 49ers, I'm getting whatever I can for Trey Lance at this point.
Yeah.
Unless you just kind of want to rebuild and you really see the future with Trey Lance and you think he can ball out in the next couple of years, but like, okay, He was there last year as a backup. This is his second year now. Yeah. He's not going to play. So he has 3 more years on his rookie deal. His 5th-year option is going to be very expensive. So really only 2 years left. Mm-hmm. Do you think you can win with Trey Lance in 2 years? I don't know.
But it's hard because like we've always said, and like our boy DC8 said, like the Niners are a team that's ready to win the Super Bowl. They're just missing that quarterback position.
I agree. And what happened to George Kittle? Like, is he still hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt again this year.
Like that's also a big option, right? So Trey Lance is without arguably probably the best option on his team. Him or Debo. And outside of that, who do they really have?
Yeah, but it's the running back by committee always over there,
so which is fine. Like
Elijah Mitchell's out again, like,
right?
So it's hard. They have the best. Like people say he's probably one of the best players in football with Trent Williams at left tackle. But still, like you need a lot to win these football games, and it's gonna be hard for a young Trey to do it. And now we're gonna see what Jimmy does. Maybe Jimmy G will prove all these Niner hitters wrong.
That's what's gonna be interesting. Either we're gonna look back and say, dang, Trey Lance is going to be the best option for this team going forward, or we're going to say Jimmy G is cooking.
Yeah,
and Trey Lance is out.
Because like you said earlier, it's not a thing where it's like they're choosing one or the other. It's like it's forced now to be Jimmy.
Yeah,
like the decision's out the window. It has to be Jimmy now.
I think they're gonna be forced to bring Jimmy back.
I think so.
And Jimmy's going to hit him for $50 million a year because they put him through this crap.
I seriously bet they signed Jimmy G for another year after this.
I think a year or 2 years, he's going to get a ton of money. And I think that might be the best option to win.
I bet they're probably going to start. I bet they start Trey Lance again next season.
Right.
They see what's going on. If it doesn't work, Jimmy's back in and Trey might be gone.
Man. We'll find out, bro.
And you might have to see what happens.
It's going to be scary times. It's spooky times over there, man. Spooky times in the Bay.
Let's talk about the Bucs versus the Saints beef, which is one of the best beefs right now.
This is amazing. First of all, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Clap it up for Mike Evans, huh?
Protected 2 quarterbacks now in
two different ones, right? Jameis, who is now on the Saints, and Tom
Brady.
This man, I think he personally just hates Marshon Lattimore. Like they got beef.
No, they have beef.
They have for real beef. Mm-hmm. But this man, he like grown man just threw him out of the way, fell on his back.
You see what he told the ref? He's like, "It's Tom Brady. What do you want me to do?"
Yeah, like what do you want me to do? Like, but bro, you did this with Jameis Winston. You have beef. Don't hide behind Tom Brady, bro. You have beef. Something happened.
And Bruce Arians sent him in like an attack dog.
Was that yesterday? He sent him in? No. I saw that video. I thought it was from last time.
No, it's from this time.
That's hilarious.
Sent him like a straight attack dog. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, right? As a Giants and as a Raider fan.
Yeah, that's
Brady
tough.
Was pissed yesterday also. Like the first half, he was.
You see him dot up the sideline bench, bro. Wham! Threw a dime.
He did throw a dime.
Threw that little board on a dime.
And I'm not gonna lie, like Jameis might not be the best quarterback, but he's one of my favorite quarterbacks. He's hilarious.
Hearing Jameis talk, bro, it's like
the pain everywhere part was
right.
Speech was so great. Yeah. Where was the pain, Jameis? Yeah, pain everywhere.
Like he's so funny, but he's like being serious. He's like being this serious, is really him, and I love that.
That was a great one.
Right,
too.
That was just bad though. Like that, never again, bro, never again. But I think what's really funny is, like, do you remember when Sean Payton was there and he said we have the quarterback of our future on this roster?
Yeah,
and he was talking about Taysom Hill. This man Jameis came in, beat Taysom Hill, who whatever people say they want NFL quarterback, very good at what he does. And he's out there dotting them up. Like, he threw a pick or whatever yesterday, but, like, Jameis is accurate. He works hard. Yeah. He's hilarious. He's like, so funny. How can you not like this guy?
Yeah, he's one of the quarterbacks where, like, he might not be the best, but you have to love him.
But you have to love him. 30 for 30, like, there's no one like Jameis Winston, bro. The man was blind.
Yeah, the man was blind. 30 for 30 is like a Madden franchise stat. Like,
yeah, like, I do that in Madden, just to, like, throw the ball deep.
We're in the 50 for 50 club.
Right, like, how, like, you can't do that in real life if you tried.
I love the beef, like, the Bucs and Saints have, too. I wish... Yeah. Like, I wish more teams had, like, the division rival where it's, like, that intense is insane.
Right. What's funny is, like, the Saints will lose, like, a game the week before they play the Bucs. They're like, dude, you should have won this. Like, like, easily won this game.
Yeah.
And then they'll come out against the Bucs and just ball them. You know what I mean? Like, ridiculous. It's like, they wait for this 2 times a year, every year, and that's going to be their best game.
And like you said, I don't really know if it's even Bucs versus Saints or if it's straight up Mike Evans versus Marshon Lattimore. Mike Evans versus Marshon Lattimore. I think that has sprung the, like, Bucs versus Saints, like, battle. Like, is those two hatred for each other.
What we need, bro, is, like, Adrian Peterson versus Le'Veon Bell. We need Marshon Lattimore, Mike Evans in the ring, bro.
Didn't Le'Veon knock out
knocked him out cold, bro. Like, his kids are just watching, like, Dad.
Dude, I told I told DCA, I said, I'm not letting you ever do one of these. Like, you might, like, sure you could win, but like the fear in me if you got dropped would like be worse than
what would you do, honestly? Like, live reaction, boom, your dad's knocked out. What are you doing?
Dude, I don't know if I can look at the same.
Are you saying you're questioning his manhood after that?
Like, that's why I'm telling you. I was like, dude, I strongly believe that you could win any fight, but like, if I saw you get dropped in front of this crowd of people, like, my heart would sink.
Are you the new man of the house if he just dropped?
Oh, yeah. We have to battle. Like, if you were a wrestler, would you let your kids go watch? If you're a boxer, would you let your kids go to your matches?
Bro, I think that's tough.
Like,
I think I would, but, like, everyone has a chance to knock somebody out, right? Yeah. There's always a puncher's chance. Mm-hmm. But, like, imagine, like, your kids, like, they're old enough to understand, but they're like, Dad, like...
Yeah.
Remember when he knocked you out? Like,
exactly.
Shut up! No, I don't.
Dad, why'd that man drop you?
Yeah, why'd you fall like that, Dad? Why'd you
fall like that would hurt?
Why are your eyes open when you fell? Like,
you want to sleep? Your eyes were open. Like, all right, man.
all right, little guy. But no, I think, I definitely got to see Mike Evans versus Marshon Lattimore. And who even puts these together? Whoever does, Jake Paul or whatever. I need that.
It's also different because it's like, when I was growing up watching my dad, it was never like, it would be awful. People come up to me like, your dad is bad, but people would come up to me like my condolences. Right,
you know what
I'm saying? Like,
that's tough.
They would come up to me and like, I'm so sorry for your family. I'm like, right. He plays football, man.
Right, we're chilling.
Like, he has a good life, but I get it.
How was that growing up though? Seeing like this man did just cooked.
I feel like for the beginning, I was like too young, so I was like, okay, right. But dad would come home and like cast and
it hurt, like, bro.
Dude, drugged up, like all those pain meds they give the man.
Are you airing this man out, bro? Hey, cut that out, no, cut that
out. But yeah, like but it's like the NFL back in the day, and still like it's not that relatively it's not that long ago either.
No,
like
right.
early 2000s, but they would just like it was barbaric. It felt like,
dude, yeah,
they would just give that man a shot and send him home, and he would just lay on the couch just like this.
Like oh, you're good, you'll be all right.
We'd have to bring him his food, and he'd be like, "Thank you."
That's so sad, dude. Like, yes, that's dude. Pain. That's pain. Yeah. Pain everywhere. Pain everywhere.
Yeah, pain everywhere. Dude, I remember one time, like, I've told this story before, but he broke his back in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And he was chasing me because I was in trouble, and I laid on the floor, and he bent down, and he couldn't get me. And he was like, that's funny. You're lucky.
That's the most disrespectful thing ever, bro.
He said,
You know that pain that, like, shoots you? That's tough. Have
you ever had... You've been KO'd before, right?
Yeah,
football,
bro.
But you've been hurt or no?
Like broken shoulders but not like a back or anything.
Okay, how come I say you've been hurt and you're like, not just a broken shoulder?
Well, like, backs are different, bro. You need like your back for everything to walk. Like that's rough.
What did the shoulder feel like when it happened? Was it a pop and pain, or was it just like pop and then it's like the adrenaline's like I don't feel anything right now?
Snack, crapple, pop, Rice Krispies, bro. Like it sucks. It's not, and it's like. Do you know when something just hurts so bad, it like burns, you're just like, like you can't breathe? Like that kind of pain. Yeah. But I could imagine a back is probably that times 10.
Back or like
neck.
Dude, the worst, like the luck or whatever it is that Derek was mic'd up for his injury is awful. Yeah. I can't watch it.
No, that's bad.
Like I've never watched it fully, but it's like I know it's like he's mic'd up. Like, that's sick. That's also controversial. That's the first game DC8 went to live.
Really?
Was Derek breaking his leg?
Oh no! But at least he's gone now, and it's yeah. That what a time, right? Like
what a time.
Build up the courage. All right, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. But he was always like, I can't do it. I'm too nervous. Then he went. Derek broke his leg. I was like, oh, that's awful.
Oh gosh, dude. Oh, that's rough.
Dude, I remember like playing like with like. I don't know why we're going on like injuries now.
I know, right? This is an injury rant. It's Trey Lance's fault.
Exactly. It is Trey Lance's fault. Yeah, but like going out like playing like football catch of Derek and stuff like that, jam fingers, right?
Bro, yes.
I've like broken stuff like playing different sports. The first time I dislocated a finger was because of Cooper Carr.
He did it to you?
Passes for Cooper.
No way. How'd you like just let it hit or?
I think it was a slant. I was going for it.
Yeah.
And it hit like kind of weirdly at the tip.
Dude.
I had the glove on. Yeah, my bad. I had the glove on. And I was like, oh, that feels weird.
No, you put it off.
And Cooper didn't say sorry. He was laughing. He thought it was hilarious. He's like, I guess I'm getting stronger.
8-year-old.
I was like, okay, he's a psychopath.
I think that might be the worst pain I've had, bro. I've gotten like a finger stuck in a jersey.
Oh.
And it like.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and that hurts.
Because I've had that. You can feel it. I'm like, this is not letting it move.
Yeah, and it is crack done.
That worst pain is still like a even a twisted ankle, like that would do me in. I would rather hurt my arms than my legs for sure.
You think a gunshot feels like that? A twisted ankle? I'd imagine. The heat on your ankle, bro.
Oh yeah,
it's gotta
when
feel
your
like
ankle touches grass. Like,
oh yes,
you're like this the bone is not supposed to touch.
Yeah, the grass. Like that's not supposed to. Okay, no more injuries. I'm done.
Did a gunshot feel like a twisted?
That's a hot question though. Like it's hot, bro. Whenever you twist your ankle, it's hot.
It is very warm.
I could imagine a gunshot's pretty hot.
Real quick before we move on about injuries, real quick. The first injury I think I remember vividly that wasn't a family member. I can't remember his name right now. Something Ware, maybe? Remember the basketball player?
Kevin Ware.
Yeah, he had the compound fracture.
Oh, dude, that was like the first one on TV.
Yeah, that was the first one that I saw on TV happen.
Wasn't this bone like sticking?
Yeah,
that was bad,
it was like a normal jump shot came up. Don't Google it.
What happened to Kevin Ware, bro? That's what I need to know.
That was the first time I remember watching. It was his jump shot. He came up and then went back to you. Google Kevin Ware, you're gonna see it. I can feel it.
I see it right here, bro. I'm gonna show you, dude. That's bad. That's the worst one I've ever seen, actually. Like.
Oh yeah,
that's bad.
Because that's just strip his bone, dude. Like that's out.
That's his bone sticking out.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if do you think he played after that? Bro, he's only 29 right now. I feel like that was like age. He could be in the NBA.
He could be in the NBA, but it was when he was in college. He broke it, right? Yeah.
Oh, he's what? This man is an American professional basketball player for Al Naft Baghdad of the Iraqi Basketball League.
Oh, he's over there.
So
he's playing overseas.
He's an Afghan. I have so many questions, bro.
Also, because that threw me off, as I thought you said the American League in Afghanistan.
No, he is okay, let me read this again, bro.
Oh, an American.
He's an American professional basketball player for the Al Naft Baghdad of the Iraqi Basketball League.
Okay, so that threw me off. I was like, okay. Yeah, well, good for him for still being able to play, but I do remember that was the first injury I vividly remember.
That was, yeah. He was drafted in the NBA. I thought he was like done, bro. Like,
me too. I thought you can't handle that anymore.
Like his bone was sticking out. He was drafted, bro.
Noah's gonna follow up talking about these injuries.
I know.
Now another one I think about is freaking Alex Smith, dude. That one was awful.
That was bad. Paul George was bad.
Alex Smith's wasn't the initial injury. It was when they would show the picture of his leg,
dude. Yeah,
while it's healing.
Wasn't it like it was the infection that made it worse, right?
Yeah. Like, if you guys want to see something wild, Google the similarities between Alex Smith and what's his name when he broke his leg.
Other
and it's like the similarities are wild.
Yeah, they're like both on the football team, the Redskins at the time.
It was both like a Pro Bowl defensive end.
Yeah, both on the same day, right? On the
same day, same yard line, same side of the field.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's terrifying, actually. That's terrifying.
Yeah, jeez, man. Those. Sometimes I think about injury and then my legs, like
I know. I'm like, am I all right?
Yeah, bro? My shin hurts.
Your shin hurts?
Yeah, my shin hurts.
Okay,
oh, my bad.
Let's make sure. Enunciate.
Okay, I got you. I'm going to list real quick the top 3 passing leaders right now. And you tell me if before the season you could have predicted this, all right?
I guarantee you I'd be 100% before the season, but hit me.
Number 3, Joe Flacco, 6'16".
Huh? What?
Yeah. And then number 2.
Wait, does it get worse than that?
That one's wild. The second one and the first one might throw you off. It's just before the season I wouldn't have guessed.
Right. I would have... Yeah, Joe Flacco would not have been on my list.
No, Joe Flacco would not have been on the list.
But can we talk about his comeback real quick yesterday?
Yeah, he's
bro, a minute and 33 seconds, and they're down 2 touchdowns.
I'm going to get a shirt now that says Joe Flacco is elite. It's time.
He's a guy, bro. That's never supposed to happen. They did the deep touchdown to Corey Davis. They kicked the weirdest onside kick I've ever seen in my life.
And then Garrett Wilson, the GOAT.
And Garrett Wilson, 30 fantasy points to finish it off.
And I saw Garrett Wilson on someone's bench in our fantasy league.
Listen, and that someone is playing against me, so you know what they say. God's plan.
So Joe Flacco, number 3, 6'16". Number 2, Carson Wentz, 6'50".
No way.
That's a wild one too.
But he has Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson.
Terry McLaurin.
Dimey Brown is also there. I think
they might be one of the best corners in the NFL. Like they're balling, really good, bro. Yeah. They're really good.
It's like I feel bad because our boy Noah, he loves Sam Howell. That man might.
Sam Howell is.
He's in a tough spot.
I don't know though. Carson, he might. It depends on how he finishes out. We'll
Carson's
see.
definitely a more of a bridge quarterback than feels like a franchise guy.
Right at this point, who knows though? Maybe he comes out and balls out for the rest of the year.
He was like that Eagles season, but before he got hurt, he was.
Bro, he's number 2 overall pick. Like, that was a guy.
People forget sometimes. It's wild to think about. Like you look at these players, like even your backups and stuff. like even when my dad was towards the ends of his career, it's like he was the number 1 draft pick. He's just a backup on the Giants.
Isn't that wild?
It's wild how the NFL goes.
Yeah, seriously.
Like it's insane. And then the number 1 quarterback, Tua, 739.
But he had like a 700-yard game this week. That's why. But that one I could see more so than for sure Joe Flacco and Carson Wentz because Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Mike Gesicki, yes, like I get that. Should definitely lead the NFL for the rest of the year. But Josh Allen hasn't played yet. He plays tonight.
That's true. He does play tonight.
Come on, man.
We'll see.
Come on, man.
The man, I should have been a Fresno State boy. Should
right.
have been a Bulldog.
He was right there. But they just, they just whiffed.
Also, real quick before we wrap up, another guy that hadn't seen in season that I started on fantasy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, bro.
Bro.
That dude is so good.
Is he like... What, like he was good at USC, but like where did this come from?
And
bro?
On the Lions, too.
Like, why do the Lions look good to me?
Bro, they look good.
Right?
I think I get a little biased because whenever there's a Hard Knock season, I start rooting for that team a little bit.
Right.
But they are like, last year their games were all like within like 3 points.
I think they had a stat like 7 of their losses were within 1 score or something like that.
So,
like,
I mean, they're dogs out there fighting.
They're good football
Hutchinson
team.
Looks good.
How many sacks did he have yesterday? 3 or something?
But that man.
He's looking nice.
These boys
Trayvon Walker not doing anything?
I know he had a sack the first game, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
The NFL's hard.
NFL is hard.
It's very hard. It's not easy to play.
All right, but that's it. We don't even do a sign out anymore.
Really?
That's it. No, it just puts the outro.
God's plan.
There we go.